Hi there. Welcome to today's edition of Hot Topics. I'm a regular host, Femi. What are the essential hallmarks of a great and successful leader? First, a great and successful leader must be visionary. He or she must be able to have an idea of the end goal at hand and must be able to paint the picture of what he or she desires or envisions to happen to the people he or she is leading. In the famous speech of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., titled I Have a Dream, a line, a paragraph in that speech says, I have a dream that my four children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. That was a vision of one united America that will provide equal opportunity for both blacks, whites, non-blacks, non-whites, and everybody. And that vision that he saw, that he painted in that picture, came to pass several years, about 2 or 3 decades later, when the first African American president or black president in President Barack Obama was elected to become the president of the United States of America. And he got votes from everybody, both white, black, yellow, everybody came in. But somebody saw it first and was able to paint that picture. So a will-be successful leader must be visionary. He must be able to see the big picture well ahead of time and be able to paint that picture to everybody so that everybody can buy into it. Secondly, a great leader, or the hallmark of a great leader, is that such a leader must be missionary. It is good to have a vision, to have a picture of where you're going and understand an idea of where you're going, but you must also have a mission. This is perhaps one of the most important traits of anybody seeking public service or public leadership position. You must have a vision. You must have a vision, but you must have a mission. What challenge or challenges do you want to solve? You just don't get into public service. You just don't aspire to leadership positions because you just want to aspire. You must have a problem you have identified and that which you want to solve. Is it a leadership crisis? Is it a vacuum? Is it a technological need? Is it an economic need? Is it a social problem? You must identify a mission. You must identify a problem, a challenge that you want to fix. And usually that challenge is in the area of your calling or assignment, what you are gifted to do. So a leader must be visionary, the first one, but a successful leader must also be missionary. You must have a mission. The third characteristic of a successful, or the third hallmark of a successful leader, is that such a leader must have a plan or strategic method of action to achieve that mission. So if you have a vision, you have a mission, a challenge you want to go and solve, a problem you want to go and solve, how do you go about solving it? A successful leader must have thought about it very well, must have thought it through and develop or devise a methodology, steps, and the actionable intelligence or the actionable things he or wants to do in order to solve that challenge, in order to provide solution to that identified area of need. You just don't have a vision, you also have a mission, but for you to be successful in that leadership position that has been entrusted upon you or that you are aspiring to, you must develop an action plan on how you want to solve that major challenge. Then the fourth hallmark is that a successful leader must be competent. You must be competent. You must have the requisite skills, knowledge, and ability in what you want to do or what you have called to do. You just can't wake up and say you want to become a leader. And a fisherman cannot wake up and say he wants to become the chief pilot of an airline company. You are not competent. Your skill set, your knowledge, your understanding does not align, does not match up. Likewise, a lawyer cannot aspire to become the head of or the director of a medical school. You are a lawyer, but you don't understand the process of what medicine. And so your skill set, you must be competent and you must have the required skill set for that challenge that you want to solve, or that area of leadership that you aspire to be. The next one is the leader's reliability, relative network skills, and ability to relate with people. A leader that, and anybody that wants to become a successful leader, must have good social skills, ability to relate with people, ability to convince people, ability to network. You must not be a rigid person. You must not be a straight-jacketed person or one size fits all. Because when you're leaving a multitude of people or diverse people, you must be able to meet them at their very point of need and speak their language, understand them, understand their needs, understand their emotions. Because most often, you will be the one to interpret what their specific needs are to the general public. So if you go to a section of the group you are leading and their need is water, and you go to another section of the group and their need is housing, you must be able to tell those who need water that this is the reason why those who need housing puts housing as a priority. I must be able to tell those who need housing this is why those who need water puts it as a priority. So a successful leader must be very relatable, must also have good network and social skills. It's very important. And the last one on the list, the last important one, that's not all, but the last of the important one I chose to highlight is that a successful leader, or one of one of the greatest hallmark of a successful leader, is that he or she must be a good communicator. You must be able to communicate that vision, that mission, the strategic plan, your skills and competence level, your relatable skills. You must be able to communicate it to the people you lead and the general public. That is when they can buy into it. Effective communication is very, very essential. And this has got to do with training skills and even your personality. There are some very great leaders that they're just quiet, taciturn people, they don't talk. Some others are very boisterous and very persuasive. One good comment, we can talk about somebody like the 45th President of the United States of America, very boisterous and it's very communicative. We can talk about another President of Bill Clinton, a very good communicative person. Same thing with Barack Obama. But there are others who are very, very quiet and just sublime. They don't know how to communicate, but you can get people to do the communication for you. However, if you are a good and excellent communicator, you will carry your message across to the people and people can buy into it. So I recap the hallmarks of a successful leader. This is not an exhaustive list, but I have narrowed it down to this few points. You must be visionary, must have a big picture of where you want the direction he wants the whole group to go to go to follow. It must be mission, it must have a specific or some specific agenda or solutions he wants to provide, challenges he wants to provide solutions to. That leader must also be must have a strategic plan to achieve that mission and vision. Then that leader must be competent in that field or in the assignment he has um, decided to embark upon, and he must have good social relatable skills and network skills so that that will help him to gel with the people. And even if he cannot do it on its own, which he can't oftentimes, he has to recruit the right people. But the people only follow him when they find out that he's relatable enough with them, and he must be a very good communicator. Thank you.